And now, broadcasting from the Ginger and Baker studio in the heart of the Music District in beautiful old town Fort Collins, Colorado. It's Live at Lunch here on KRFC 88.9 FM, streaming live worldwide at krfcfm.org. Today's guest is currently recording a new album named Crossing the Stream, due out late 2024. I'm your host today, David V., and today's special musical guest is the 14ers.
Avalanche bombs and beeps from the plow, champagne powder buries our house. We hit the hill, it's still coming down. It's a good life in a mountain town. Wake and bake, enjoy the ride. There's a hot springs party on the other side. Taunt the night like a rodeo clown. It's a damn good life in a mountain town. The winters bring us here, and the summers leave us all spellbound. Yeah, we just came to play, and now we've gotta find a way to stay year-round. Wood-fired pizza and cool fresh air, soaking in the sights from a ski deck chair. Hot air balloon, shadows pass on the ground. I'm falling in love with this mountain town. It's the smell of a stove from an aspen grove. I work 2 jobs not to leave. Yeah, we're out on parole from the city below, but all we want is to be free. Yeah, we just want to be free. Here, and the summers leave us all spellbound. Yeah, we just came to play, and now we've gotta find a way to stay around. Avalanche bombs and beeps from the plow, champagne powder buries our house. We hit the hill, it's still coming down. It's a good life in town. One, two. Whee! The snow is melting, the rapids rage. You can taste the summer days. Grab a boat, float down the canyon, surf on every wave. If you've forgotten where you're going, come out and get a fresh start. Lean forward, paddle hard. Take your cans, turn them into cans. Turn your dreams into plans. Eddy out, treat yourself to 10 toes in the sand. You can catch any current, you can follow your heart. Lean forward, paddle hard, 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 paddle hard. There's one way to live, that's furiously. You're more than welcome with me everywhere I go. So hold your breath, hang on tight. Know when to laugh, know when to fight. Cause all of life's big questions are complicated, but the answer is simple. Lean forward, paddle hard. lean forward, paddle hard. You say you stared into a screen for longer than you can stand. Simplify it, say goodbye, and have some fun while you can. You got a friend right beside you. The world is our backyard. Lean forward, battle hard. Lean forward, battle hard.
Fourteeners here on KRFC's Live at Lunch. Let's introduce the band. Ryan Kirkpatrick on guitar and vocals. Stu Cruden. On Cruden. I'll get that right, Stu. On bass from Longmont, Colorado. And Paul Martin on electric guitar from Fort Collins. Clark Bennett back there on drums from Fort Collins. Jacob Anderson on the keyboards from Loveland. And Brother Wes Kirkpatrick on vocals there from Blackhawk, Colorado. All right. Thanks for coming in.
Here. I just like hearing all those names and your name too. So thanks for having us.
Oh, excellent. Well, it's good to have you guys in today. It's a beautiful day and middle of the summer. You can't go wrong, right?
Yeah.
Well, my first question today is the Fourteeners. How did we get that name?
Yeah, it's in Colorado, people get the reference more frequently than when we're further away, and people say, "What, are there 14 of you, or what's the deal?" But it's a tip of the hat to the mountains, our Fourteeners. I've guided most of my adult life, been a guide, leading people in the mountains in different adventures, and sometimes on Fourteeners. And one time while I was doing a guided Fourteener hiking trip, I decided that was kind of what was most important to me, was when the outdoors kind of made people, I felt like, be the best versions of themselves. Mm-hmm. And so our music kind of, like, I don't know, whenever possible, it's outdoor influenced and smile influenced and friend and family influenced.
Feeling good. Got that epiphany, and it's the Fourteeners. You guys have multiple albums out, and of course you're working on a brand new one now. You mentioned Crossing the Stream. That's due out later this year. And it's kind of hard to classify your music. It's kind of jammy, but it's also just kind of has a Colorado feel to it to me. Hearing so many Colorado artists, and I guess you're getting that from the outdoors, obviously. But what influences you as far as musicians and to make you want to write music?
Whew, that's a good question. I will say, like, as far as since we've been making a new recording and making a lot of new recordings, I mean, I definitely have influences far and wide. I just love music, and I love to hear music, and I love the variety that you bring here on KRFC and just scrolling through and watching the different videos. But in a way, these cats, dogs, whatever they are in the room here, they inspire me. And
everybody's bringing their own influences and different genres,
pieces and flavors, and so we've kind of made all these recordings, and it's not out yet, but that's what I'm thinking of in my mind. And when I listen back to those things, I hear little things that they've done, and I just love it. So, you're all my influences.
But growing up, what were you listening to?
Was my brother Wes. So he actually was my musical advisor for a lot of things. Like, people would be like, "Oh, have you heard of such and such band?" And I wouldn't really mess with it much. And then he'd say something like, "Oh, I just got done playing a show with the Wood Brothers. You should check them out. They're really good." And so I'm like, "Okay, I better check them out." And so I look up stuff like that.
Great influence.
A lot, even country. Our dad sang country. Our grandpa played the mandolin, but just all music. I just love music. It's like a language. I feel like it's a universal language, and it's a life's effort to try to learn it better, because I like to learn to listen better, and I learn to speak and communicate with these people with our instruments. So.
Well, speaking of Wes, how you doing?
I'm doing good, thanks.
And it's kind of nice. It's hard to get harmonies that are, brothers, family members are unique, especially, you hear a lot of women who's singers who obviously have family in there. It's difficult to get a good blend. to match what brothers do. So it's good that you're working together. Sounds like you were into music a lot too when you were growing up.
Yeah, we started off playing together, and we've been playing together for a long time. And I moved away for a while, and I'm back, and now I just get to do it a lot more. So it's the same thing. I get to hang out with all these guys and do this. So.
All right.
Yeah.
Are you guys both originally from Colorado?
Yeah, we grew up in Greeley, so yeah, everyone's still around now for the most part.
All right. And have you always just been a vocalist? I mean, not just, but, you know.
I'm a songwriter, so I write and play guitar and a few things. But yeah,
he needs to get back in here too, and we'll have another session with him because while we've been doing the record, my brother's been coming back in. It's so nice having him in Colorado now. But he's added to our recordings, and then he's also done his own recording there that we've added to. So we've actually got 2 projects going on here, all with just the love of music.
And what is that other project?
Well, that's a good question. It's
it
Wes
named?
Kirkpatrick. Yeah, it's just me. It's Wes Kirkpatrick is what I write with. So that's the project I've got. Yeah, got some new stuff that these guys have been contributing to as well. So
all right,
it's fun playing music.
New album due out on that too?
I'm deciding on that. It's just been finished, and all those decisions are happening soon.
Excellent. I'm gonna get back there to Stu on bass in Longmont. How are you, young man?
Good. Doing well. Good to see you.
And are you doing just this band? Or are you also doing additional bands?
It's funny you ask. No, I play with Rex Peoples.
Oh, that's right.
X Factor.
That's where I've seen you before. Excellent.
And
yeah, we've had you in for a live at lunch here.
That's my alter ego.
Yeah. Excellent. Good band, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
And so you have always been a bass player, if I remember right.
Pretty much. Yeah.
And started pretty young.
College.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's
and what got you in? A band said, "Hey, we need a bass player. We need a rhythm section."
You don't want to know the story. It's
No, we do want to.
No, you don't. But yeah, a friend of mine pretty much put an electric bass in my hand. I had started as an upright acoustic bass player.
Oh, okay.
And
a little bit easier to carry around.
He said, "Yeah, you have 2 weeks to learn this, and we can work the Olympic Lounge in Boulder for a house band." So,
wow. Did you do that for like a summer or something?
About a year and a half, maybe.
Oh,
a year.
Good. Yeah. So, did you get to play with a lot of Boulder musicians then coming in?
Yeah, I played with a lot of good Boulder musicians. Most of them are still around.
Good, so, excellent. Yeah. Good. So, speaking of Rex, Rex working on some new music?
No, he's always working, but it's nothing recorded.
Oh,
so,
okay. Yeah. Cool. Had to ask, We want to be first to know. Speaking of first to know, Crossing the Stream, we've just kind of announced that title for that, and looking forward to that. And it would be a full album, not an EP?
Yeah, it's a full album.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Good.
And yeah.
Going to release it all at the same time, or are you going to string out the singles?
We're going to release it at the same time, and it's Crossing the Stream sounds like some different things, but the big thing for me, I think, is we're not going to have it available on any streaming services. Only like our favorite community radio stations and awesome local people who actually care.
Oh, excellent! Yeah.
Not that it gets streaming, but this album is called Crossing the Stream, so that's what we're doing, and makes it extra special to be here.
Oh, nice play on words. Well, what are you going to play for us next?
Play a song I started in the Serengeti, actually. 2 desert songs in a row. One Serengeti song, one Utah desert song. And I got to switch guitars in between.
In the middle. Okay, but we'll start out with this one. Okay. The 14ers here on Live at Lunch.
I was just here by myself. Without you, there'd be nobody else to play these songs. I've been waiting so long to sing with you. Well, I'm like a book on the shelf. If you crack me open, these stories tell themselves. I have seen the most beautiful things, still nightmares. ring true. These notes know no strangers, and this world is better full of friends. But I miss you before you even go. Right away, let's agree to do this again. My heart melt. My lungs are racing to keep up with the joy you've dealt. This is the best I've ever felt. You project that noise, let's connect it by keeping time. These notes know no strangers, and this world is better full of friends. I miss you before you even go. Right away, let's agree to do this again. These notes know no strangers, and this world is better. It's better for the friends. I miss you before you even go. Right away, let's agree to do this again. Again and again. We're gonna be best friends. By myself. Without you, there'd be nobody else to play these songs. I've been waiting so long to sing with you. Turned your back to the big blue ocean. Drive due northeast. Rip to the red desert. Then take exit 193. You need high clearance, 4-wheel drive. Keep your speed in the sand, you're gonna feel so alive. The camp is amped, come plug in that Strat. If you leave right now, we could meet at the Yellow Cat Flag. Sounds crazy, but lately that's where I specialize. It's better to ask for what you want than to worry about getting no as the reply. From making an appearance, buzz out of the hive. You can fly here, I'll be happy to drive. I can hear the drums and the bass is fat. We just need you now. Come hang your coat and hat. Yellow Cat Flag. Yellow whiskey's for drinking and the water's for fighting in this sacred desert slice. We could sing all afternoon, sit in the sun and strum tunes. It's gonna be a good day, that feeling's not going away. It's gonna be so nice. to paradise. The yellow cat flight.
The 14ers here on KRFC's Live at Lunch. All right, speaking of Oliver Wood and the Wood Brothers, those last two, you can really hear that influence in there. You could fit right into one of their
Hey, right on.
albums.
Appreciate
I
that.
dug
Good
those.
place to fit.
What was the name of those two tunes again?
The first one was called Again and Again, and the second one was called Yellow Cat Flat, and those are both totally brand new tunes that we've recorded and not shared anywhere, and we're just doing them
Premiered
for
here on
fun.
Live at
Yeah,
Lunch.
just having a little fun with them.
All right, and they just sounded great. Well, let's see here. Clark Bennett on the drums back there. You need a microphone, though. Can someone hand him? There you go.
Test.
All right, that's good. That's what we need. So, Clark, always drummer?
Always?
Yeah.
No, I started on violin,
Really?
and then I played saxophone for a bunch of years, and I started drums when I was 17.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, what made you transition from sax and violin to drums?
The saxophone got stolen because I never took it home from school band to practice. I always
Mom and
wanted
Dad
to
weren't
play
in the mood to
drums.
replace that, huh?
And so I took the insurance money from the saxophone and bought a set of drums.
All right, and they were okay with that.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
well, good.
Yeah.
And thinking of violin's mostly classical when at that age, and
I was 7 years old, so
Yeah.
it was like Mississippi Hot Dog and things like that.
and the sax was more for what?
That was school band. Uh-huh.
and so then the drums were like what? Then you transitioned to rock or what?
Yep. Taught myself to play drums to about the first 3 Allman Brothers albums, and
That's hard
a
when they
bunch
have
of
two
Led
drummers
Zeppelin.
too.
And yeah, that was kind of the start of it.
So that was your early influences, the Almonds, huh? Southern rock or just bluesy rock? And
Blues, rock, just kind of anything. And my mom was a big music aficionado, so she had all kinds of albums. So I had exposure to a lot of different styles, which was cool.
great
And
influence.
For me, the one that really clicked was like jazz fusion, electric jazz fusion.
Nice.
And it just triggered my imagination in a
Stuck with
cool
you.
way. Yeah.
Now there wasn't a lot of electric jazz fusion bands though in high school, were there?
No, it's always been sort of a private affair, but yeah.
Yeah, I just wondered about that.
No, it's pretty much just what I listen to and it's where my heart is as far as music, but I love playing all kinds of music.
So you grew up here in Fort Collins?
No, actually I grew up in Birmingham, Alabama.
Oh, really? Okay.
Mhm. And I moved when I was 17 and went out to Montana. Lived there for quite a few years. I've been here since 91 though.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, longer than most people here in Fort Collins, that's for
Yeah.
sure. Right?
Yeah, I feel like a semi-native.
I moved here August of '86, so I know the feeling.
There you go.
It's changed a lot, hasn't it?
It has
more
indeed.
than doubled in
It has
size.
indeed. For better and worse sometimes.
Yeah. What are you listening to these days?
Mostly the 14ers a lot lately. I'm the
You gotta
newest
pick- you gotta pick up those
addition,
songs.
so I've been trying to just get into the world of this music.
Are you playing in other bands at this time too?
I do. I play in quite a few different groups.
Go ahead and
and-
name them off.
Yeah, I play in 2 country bands. I play with a country blues artist that lives back in Nashville, but comes out here and plays. His name's Ashton Lee. And then I play in a band called Brian Brooks and the Incorrigibles. It's like outlaw country. I play in a jazz group called the Bard Hoff Trio.
Bard Hoff, yeah.
Yeah,
Still making
I've played
music.
with
Okay.
Bard for, it's probably been close to 30 years now.
Good.
So we play Sundays at the Crown Pub.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Like house band.
Occasionally, yeah, not on rotation. We're not there every
okay.
Sunday, but yeah. And then I just joined a new blues project with a gentleman named David Michael Boyd, and starting to do a few gigs here and there. So yeah, I try to mix it up.
And do you have a regular full-time job in addition?
No.
Okay.
I used to own the drum shop here in Fort Collins, but I closed it back in 2014 and have just been playing since then. Just play
It's
music.
wonderful that you can do that too.
Yeah,
What's
yeah.
the set that you're playing with now? DW?
This is a DW drum workshop. Yeah. And I got these right in the midst of COVID. This was my COVID
Gift to yourself?
crisis set. Yeah.
Well, you got it broken in then, probably plenty of
Yeah,
time to
they've
play
actually
it.
got a lot of miles on them already at this point. But yeah.
Well, thanks.
Thank you.
I'm going to move it over to Jacob Anderson on the keyboards. And how are you doing?
Good. Thanks.
Excellent. Start out with keys.
Yeah, actually, me and all my siblings had to take piano lessons when
Mom
we were
and Dad
in,
made ya?
first grade, and I didn't even like it then, so I took them then, and then I got back into it more in high school when I was in, concert band and playing in jazz band there, playing some drums and bass and percussion, and that's when I really kind of got more into music, and I had a little bit of that foundation from being a kid, but it didn't click back then for some reason.
Was your mom a pianist? Or?
No, actually.
No?
My dad played a little guitar. He actually had an air band in college. They would show up with their stereo system, tennis rackets, put on a big show in Sturgis, South Dakota.
Brilliant.
You can make money that way.
Yeah.
More power to you, right? What was your influences growing up?
One of the big ones, I was thinking about this because I just saw him last week, was Billy Joel.
Oh, yeah. Just did
Yeah,
concert
just
down in
just
Denver?
played in
Yeah.
Denver, and we went and saw him. But yeah, I remember we always had some different pieces of sheet music floating around from me and my siblings playing something, and one of the earliest ones I remember was this sort of easier version of Piano Man, and that was like the first time I had heard it, and I just really liked that. And yeah, I don't know, just anyone that's sort of piano-led kind of bands like really interest me. Like another one is Andrew McMahon of Jack's Mannequin, and he used to play in this punk band called Something Corporate. This guy from California started playing in high school, but it's like, just, I don't know, just any like piano fronted kind of rock band is.
Did you ever listen to any of the 60s stuff like Jerry Lee Lewis or anything like that? Or is that a little bit too much?
That's a little too old for me to be too familiar with, honestly.
Before you were born, huh?
Yeah.
That's okay. Nothing wrong with that. So what are you listening to these days in addition to Billy Joel?
I still listen to a lot of sort of, I guess, alternative or indie rock. I'm getting a little bit more into bluegrass. I actually just went to the Telluride Bluegrass Festival for the first time, and
Were there a lot of bands that had keyboardists at the Telluride?
no, not a
I
lot.
was just going to say, I can't think of a whole lot
Not
of
a lot,
bluegrass bands
but,
that used keyboardists.
No, they really weren't. I mean, Lyle Lovett and his large band played, and they had a full grand piano, which is pretty cool. But no, it was a lot of
But Lyle really
Right.
isn't necessarily bluegrass, but yeah.
right. But no, just I don't know, all the fast like flat picking guitar stuff. I really really like too. Like the Milk Carton Kids, who I heard of through Wes originally. Yeah, I just can't get enough of that quick kind of bluegrass picking on banjo or guitar.
Excellent. Got to incorporate that on the keyboard.
Yeah, it's tricky.
Thanks a lot, Jacob. Wes Kirkpatrick over. I'm sorry, Wes. I mean, I'm skipping Mr. Electric Guitar there, Paul Martin. How you doing?
Mr. Electric Guitar, yes. I'm doing good. A wee bit hot, but I'm doing good.
Good thing these are digital lights and not the Klieg's. So you're from Fort Collins?
I actually was born in Utah, lived in Connecticut, lived in Australia, lived in Denver, and then moved up to Fort Collins for work.
Wow.
At one point, yeah.
So did you go to all those locations because of work?
Because of my dad's work, actually, yeah.
Well,
So,
what'd your father do?
he was a physiologist. He was a
Wow.
chairman of physiology in Denver at CU Med Center for some time.
So
yeah.
teaching school.
Yeah, teaching, exactly. Yeah.
Exactly. And then what were you doing before you became a professional
I
musician?
actually worked for Hewlett Packard, HP here in town for pushing 40 years. So,
Wow.
and retired a couple of years ago, and was able to spend full time with these fine fellows.
Excellent.
So, yeah, and playing in various bands, and yeah.
And did you get into playing the guitar early, or did you pick it up later in life?
Actually, fairly early, teenage years. My sister was about 3 years older than me, and she had the requisite Jimi Hendrix and Eric Clapton albums, and so I started listening to that stuff, and Jeff Beck, and started listening to that stuff early, and then
Very good influences.
oh yeah, and left a big mark. I got into the, as Clark mentioned, I got into the kind of the jazz fusion, electric stuff. So Billy Cobham, Return to Forever, that kind of stuff too, really left a big mark as well, influence on me.
Alphonse Mousson.
Alphonse Mousson with Tommy Bolin,
Yeah.
and a local.
What a classic album that was. I read that Beck was influenced by
Yeah.
that one.
Oh yeah. And
But yeah. So, what were your influences growing up, other than the what your sister had and everything?
Oh.
What made you want to pick up the guitar and play? Was it those?
yeah,
great
pretty
guitar
much.
grades?
Well, I'm a teenage boy, and guitar is a great tool, and so.
To meet girls.
Yeah, I wasn't going to say that, but yeah, it didn't work, but at all. But no, the energy of the rock of that era and the kind of the storytelling aspects, either lyrically or with through guitar, were really impressive to me, and I just like the raw energy, basically. So, and as bands came out, I heard. Not necessarily a huge Leonard Skinner fan, but I remember when I heard Freebird for the first time driving in the South Platte area, driving up this long ramp, and I go, man, that must be Eric Clapton. Who is that?
Or Duane Allman or something.
Or Duane Allman, or somebody. Yeah, and I thought, wow, I really want to do that now. So, yeah.
Just need twin lead guitars or triple
Yes.
lead guitars.
Yeah, we can probably work something out there. Yeah. But yeah, and all kinds of music too. I like electronic music as well, kind of EDM as well, and I have synths at home and do some recording and so forth. So I like a lot of different stuff.
Are you playing with other bands too? Is this your main?
No, I'm playing with I think 3 or 4 bands right now. So 14ers for sure, and I've been with Ryan for 10 years or a little bit more maybe now. But also playing with a band called My Pet Fly, which is a cover band. Yeah, don't ask. A cover band. And
Great name.
Yeah, it actually had to do with a fly, believe it or not. But I've been playing with them for 20 years now,
Wow.
and then there's another one called All Right Kingsley, which is also original material, and maybe we'll make it in here at some point. And then I sub in the Stumble Monkeys once in a while.
Oh.
Yeah, so
Okay.
so a few.
So keep them busy in retirement.
yeah, trying. yeah. So
Well, thanks so much,
Sure.
Paul. Ryan, I wanted to get back to you real quick and ask, of course, Crossing the Stream, your album you're working on now is
Yeah.
coming out hopefully later this year.
Yes.
And where are you recording at?
We started it right now we're here in the KRFC studios at the Music District, but had a lot of fun starting a lot of the beginning of the songs here at the Music District. Ourselves with getting the demos or the Pro Tool track started, and then took some of those ideas and things to the blasting room. And I've been a long time friends and patron of the blasting room. Is that the right word for it?
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like it's a house that I don't visit frequently enough, and sometimes we live there quite a bit. So at the blasting room quite a bit in the past year, working on my stuff, my brother's stuff. Anything.
Yeah.
Love it there.
Would you recommend artists trying to get their music together and out to the world? Would you recommend getting in with the Music District or anything like that? Has it been a good help to you guys?
I think the Music District in general is just such a important part of my life recently. Just here in Fort Collins, I come down and it's a great spot where we can meet up and rehearse and use tools that are there to maybe DIY it a little bit and try new things out and cheer on other friends who are doing
Good
stuff
support,
too.
great way to network and meet other musicians and stuff too.
Absolutely, yeah. We love it. We love it here.
All right. Well, what are the next 2 songs you're going to play for us?
I'm going to play a song called Reunited and then a song called New High Score.
The 14ers on Live at Lunch.
Oh, hold on one sec here. Here we go. Let's see.
You do it.
Okay, I got you. All right. 1, 2. We were building sand castles in the great sand dunes. It was an 80-degree Colorado afternoon. We were swimming in the cold waves, just keeping it cool. All I know about me is I can't get enough. I can't get enough of you. I'm back with my best friends, my partners in crime. It feels like it's been forever. Let's make up for lost time. Pour me your stories. How have you been? You can let it all out. We're together again. It's in my heart and my bones. I can't fight it. You know it's on tonight. It's about time. I'm so excited. Finally, reunited. Let's hole up in the Noku hut. Let's pack in enough food for a week. Let's carry in our old guitars and sing songs to the stars above the peaks. I'm just lucky to know you. I'm happy to be with you right now. Yeah, this world is big and beautiful when we're spinning it around. So let's take a little time, you and me. After all this time, you know it's on tonight, it's about time, I'm so excited. My heart, it has a fuse, and I've got a match for you. Yeah, you know just exactly how I like it. Well, finally, reunited.
I'm going to change guitars real quick on this. A high score is a score that's the highest or among the highest for that game. Play with me, let's chisel our existence on the magic leaderboard of fame. Let's race our shadows to the corner when the radar gun is flashing numbers up on the speed limit sign. Just put the pedal to the metal, never settle when your street cred is on the line. If we're gonna do this, let's do it right. That's why I want you by my side tonight. It's a habit, we're fanatic, we'll do anything for fun. Won't you come? All I want is more. We're gonna get a high score. We're gonna get a high score, that's right. It's all about the high score. We're gonna get a high score tonight.
just practicing that buck hunter game. Yeah, if it makes you smile, I'll go the extra mile. I'll pull the trigger to initial our name. Yeah, if we're gonna do this, let's do it right. That's why I want you by my side tonight. It's a habit, we're fanatic, to do anything for fun. Won't you come on, I want is more. It doesn't matter what it's for. It's all the game we're playing for keeps, but it's the play that we're here for. So if I'm with my friends, it's a win, 'cause I never wanted anything. I never wanted anything more. A high score is a score that's the highest or among the highest for that game. We crack the code, let's chisel our existence on the magic leaderboard of fame. Gonna get a high score. Gonna get a high score, that's right. It's all about the high score. Gonna get a high score. Gonna get a high score tonight.
The 14ers here on KRFC's Live at Lunch. I'd like to take a second to remind all our KRFC listeners and viewers that you can always go to KRFC's YouTube channel, RadioVision, all one word, and check out all past, present, and future videos. There's also a nice little subscribe tab, and you can designate to get a notification each week what the artist will be on that Friday. It helps support Colorado musicians and KRFC. Appreciate you doing that. Also like to thank our crew today on the video. We've got Eric Delano and Dan Perez and Jamie Pimsler. I'm going to get it right, Jamie. And then also on the audio, we've got Colton Boening and Greg Douras and Reed Goodwin today. You guys all do a fantastic job. Thank you so much. Can't do it without you. Well, guys, is there anything you'd like to talk about that maybe we didn't touch base on today? You got any upcoming shows maybe that you'd like to talk about?
We don't have any shows right now announced. StarsAboveThePeaks.com is a great website for
information
people
on the
people who want to follow along.
Stars Above
the Peaks is kind of like our mutual fan club sort of thing.
If people wanted to obtain your music, is that the best place to get that too?
No, probably the14ersmusic.com.
Great.
Is where you can find that. And we are on some of the streaming things.
And right now, all your music is on, of course, digital, but CD. Are you going to be doing vinyl for the new one?
I hope so. I hope we're going to have some. We're going to focus a lot on some physical mediums, and we've got some excitement that we can't announce yet, but we're working on some fun things. But can I tell you something really crazy that I thought about while you were talking about that? I mean, not only is the music district so important to me, and then you had mentioned the blasting room, but one thing that's crazy for me to think about how much KRFC has been a part of my musical life here is that when I was playing a show here in maybe 2003 or 4, I played so many versions of this Live at Lunch, and it has come such a long way. It is so cool. But the first CD that I ever got handed to me that I was on was from a Live at Lunch here, and that was a new thing. At the end of the show, you had to wait like 40 minutes so it could burn the DVD, and then they'd hand you this one CD. And then it's like, what? And my brother and I would go drive to the park or something, we'd put it in, and then you'd get this one 60-minute track. And it's like, we'd have to listen to our, we're like, well, I don't want to talk, I talked too much there, fast forward. And so the reason that I found the blasting room for the very first time, I'm going to date myself here, I was like, how can I get this KRFC 60-minute CD split into tracks? I looked in the phone book in the yellow pages, and I found the blasting room, and I called them on a landline, and my friend Andrew answered, and I said, hey, I got this hour-long track, can you split it into whatever? And he's like, sure, come here. And the rest is history. I mean, that's where it all started, was taking the KRFC CD to the blasting room.
Well, we appreciate it. And, you know, our mantra here is supporting Colorado artists, and I'm glad that we're being able to help so many years ago.
We've been helping for a long time, and it just gets better every time. And the production, everything sounds great. People listening, you just scroll around and click on some other videos. They do so many awesome things here. I love it so much, I'm going to go switch guitars.
All right. The 14ers here on Live at Lunch.
You're mine on Mondays, Tuesdays, I'm with you. While we're at it, I call dibs on Wednesdays and Thursdays too. Fridays and Saturdays are just a state of mind, so the good vibes never have to end. I've got nothing but time for you. Your eyes are an alpine lake and I'm swimming through. I want to watch your lips shape two words, 'cause I love you so much it hurts. I'm on my knee with this desperate plea. Let's make our wildest of dreams come true. Me and you. Me and you. Sunday fun day, every morning and afternoon. When your light shines, it fires of mine, it's a perpetual honeymoon. My way is the highway, and together we're gonna drive. We'll rock and roll around every bend. Wide for you. Our fingers are intertwined and you're not slipping through. I'll watch your hips as they move. You just float across the room. I'm on my knee with this desperate plea. Let's make our wildest of dreams come true. Me and you. What do you say? Well, let's make our wildest childhood crazy and lazy dreams come true. Me and you. What do you say we do? Me and you. So you're mine on Mondays and Tuesdays, I'm with you. It's you and me and you, every day through and through. There's no room up front, up in the back, in the way back. I'm on my back in the way back. We're looking up at the bottom up bridges. We're looking up at the bottom up bridges. We're watching shows through the windows. Collective sounds of the night explode, and we're buzzing like neon signs. Look at all the flashing neon signs. Turn it up loud, let's get rowdy. My feet wanna move, I can't keep still. If you're looking for love in this town, just listen to the sounds. The sounds of Nashville. but you handled that. You popped the back in the way back, and now we're loose in Printers Alley. I know you love Printers Alley, so let's hit the bars like rock stars. Drink moonshine from mason jars. You can drown away any sorrow. Let's borrow the life from tomorrow. Turn it up loud, let's get rowdy. My feet wanna move, I can't keep still. You're looking for love in this town. Just listen to the sounds. Let's have another round, surrounded by friends in this Tennessee town. Lift your drink to Hank and Johnny, 'cause it's a blurry night on Broadway. I just wanna stay, play in the night, in the lights, in the sounds and the sights with you. My feet wanna move, I can't keep still. If you're looking for love in this town, just listen to the sounds. Turn it up loud, let's get rowdy. My feet wanna move, I can't keep still. If you're looking for love in this town, just listen to the sounds. Every note and every fill, I'm in love with the sounds. The sounds of Nashville.
Thank you for listening to Live at Lunch, and thank you to the Music District here in the heart of Fort Collins, Colorado. Live at Lunch is produced by KRFC 88.9 FM in the Ginger and Baker studio. If you'd like to appear on Live at Lunch, email our music director, David Vacek, at david@krfcfm.org.